So let's go through and roll call. Let me just get it started. And Jim,
Yes.
yeah, would you do your intro?
Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, this is Jim Chen from the Arizona Office of Economic Opportunity. I'm the state demographer. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. And Matt Taylor. You have any technical issue? Looks like just you unmute yourself, but maybe yeah, just let me know anytime. You can just chime in, and or maybe you can try in different way. And how about Ann Martin?
Hello, I'm Ann Martin from Pima Community College, Office of Institutional Research, STAR.
Yeah, thank you. And Elisa Hamblin.
Good morning, everybody. Lisa Hamblin. I'm the zoning administrator for the city of Tucson.
Yeah, thank you. And Melanie Sims.
Good morning, Melanie Sims, Principal Planner with the Town of Oro Valley.
Yeah, thank you for joining. And Samantha Jeaning.
Hi, Samantha Denning, Senior GIS Analyst with Development Services at Pima County.
Yeah, thank you for joining. And Tara Solomon.
Hi, I'm Tara Solomon from the Arizona Office of Economic Opportunity.
Oh, great, thank you for joining. And Tracy Goodtime.
Hi, Tracy Gutheim. I'm Assistant Director for Pima County Development Services.
Okay, thank you so much. And then PAC team, and first our just the admin team, thank you so much. Bree, Don, Jesse, and others. Then let's go to the Caroline. Caroline, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, I thought I unmuted it already. Sorry. Good morning, everyone. It's Caroline Leung from a data science team.
Okay, thank you. And Eric.
Eric Kramer, Land Use Data Science Coordinator from PAG.
Okay, thank you. And Hannah.
Hey, good morning, Hannah Oden, Planning Coordinator at PAG.
Okay, thank you. And James Tokishi.
James Takishi, Transportation Data Science Manager here at PAG.
Thank you. Jeanette Duran.
Hi, this is Jeanette Duran, Transportation Planning Director here at PAG.
Yeah. And Xiao Li.
Hello, this is Xiao Li, Senior Transportation Data Scientist here at PAG.
And Xiaobo Ma.
Good morning, everyone. This is Xiaobo Ma, Data Scientist from PAG. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I think attendees, I'm sorry, just George and your attendees. And George, would you go ahead?
Sure, thank you. I'm George Hammond. I'm Director of the Economic and Business Research Center at the University of Arizona.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. And is there anyone I miss?
I think Jeanette. Is it supposed Jeanette?
Yeah, I did, Jeanette. And looks like we're all right. Okay, yeah, then thank you. And would you mind and sharing the presentation? I don't see the presentation for next. Isa, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm on the in-kind reporting slide.
I don't see that, and maybe not shared. I don't know. It was gone. Then would you reshare that?
Hi, Hinsu. Sorry, I can see the slide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me too. I see it.
That's
I see the slide.
interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't see it and the names and all individual, but something
I
happened
see
to
the
me.
in-kind reporting.
Hmm.
I see the in-kind.
Yeah, then let me actually just in case bring my presentation slide and for my reference. then, but I don't see any in-kind. And maybe just Eric, can you see the in-kind?
Yes, I can.
Would you read that
Sure.
PDF for me? Yeah, thank
So
you.
in-kind reporting. Regional planning efforts are enhanced by recording time donated by attendees, volunteers, and participants. PAG collects data on the time dedicated to meetings and activities to apply for use as matching funds for grants and federal dollars. If you are paid with federal dollars, please let us know now. Time spent in preparation for this meeting will be estimated by PAG staff who are knowledgeable of the agenda and meeting materials. At the conclusion of this meeting, the session report will automatically calculate your time spent in this meeting. Time spent working on PAG RTA initiatives, programs, and special projects may also be eligible for consideration for matching funds.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Eric. And moving forward, in 2055, RMAT development update, and here together with Eric Kramer and James Takeshi, Xiao Li, and myself, Hyunsu No. We'd like to just update it, but we originally aimed to just have the approval, but unfortunately we had a hindrance. Also, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say that but we are going to just update our just the current status and hoping to just have another chance and having the hoping to just discuss and asking and approval and within hopefully a week, and I will just talk about that schedule and regarding that after this and the presentation. And moving just the next introduction. So, and we'll just update first and introduction here, 2055 RMAT modeling status. First, in the land use modeling side, and we completed jurisdiction population employment projections. And also, as you know, and especially jurisdiction partners, we shared the draft results and through just the RMAP dashboard. And James, Xiao, and Eric were together and discussed about those in RMAP dashboard update. And but we actually just went through our just meetings with and the jurisdictional partners in December 2024 and January 2025. Also just incorporated in the feedback of jurisdictions, but we found that and all the details and updated, and this is not like just the puzzles and replacing just the one of the two, and in terms of just having just a new updates, we have to just recollect and starting over altogether, and in terms of updating all those small pieces of the purchase. So so we had some kind of just the issues and updating and taking so long and little pieces and little by little, and to make sure that our just the updates are actually final. And but you don't see much the like just the update and through the outputs, and but in terms of like a QA QC, and we'd like to just to make sure that all the details and well, the feedbacks we got and supposed to be updated. So that was the kind of just the reason hindrance actually we realized, and trying to just giving like just a reliable and outputs based on the discussion. So I'm so sorry again and for that and the delay, and hoping to just have a really short discussion and within a couple of weeks. And then just we completed 2055 model run and including redevelopment update, and but in terms of like just the running the model, and we have some kind of just hindrances and we found. For travel demand model and updating 2055 and the activity-based model with this the feedback and reviewing and hoping to just review the result and after just consolidated all those and the portion in the land use model, and updating the performance measures and including and existing RMAP performance measures and our new equity related and performance measures and the air quality and the Title VI and performance measures. And moving to next slide. And for this and the RMAP dashboard update, I'm sure that the jurisdictional partners and you recognize this, and but for others and other interested parties, and we'd like to just update, and Eric will just talk about first in the introductory and about those and the RMAP dashboard, and James and Xiao will discuss about in detail and about the overall and the outputs of the outputs of a PAC and land use model. Thank you. And Eric, would you share your screen if you could?
Yes, okay. So what you see here is the GIS viewer for the outputs of the RMAP land use model. So just I'm going to show you how to navigate this. Basically, we can start with we have a group of layers here, including the road network, known projects, and then 3 layers from the model output, and then redeveloped parcels, and then another, which is be the boundary of Eastern Pima County. All of these can be toggled back and forth here as far as transparency against the underlying map. And you can go back and forth with the topological map or the imagery, satellite or the aerial photography imagery here. Known projects are the way the model works, again, are allocated before any of the model, before the model does any kind of analysis and allocation, using the procedures that we've discussed previously. So these are important in the sense that we have employment, we have housing, when we have both mixed employment and housing locations that are precise, that get allocated into the models. Well, we have a forecast and it gets subtracted from the forecast based on those employment numbers and housing before the model is actually calculates the things it does. So you can review each of the known projects in the various jurisdictions throughout Eastern Pima County. If you want, you can click on individual sites, and it will bring up a list of attributes, the housing units in this case, and then if there are any there's no employment here, but for this one, it's just housing. Oops. You need to okay, so you have the name, you have the year that the model will allocate it. You have the TAZ, you have various sectors. In this case, it's service, 10 jobs, so on and so forth. So that's one layer. Now we have from once the model's run, allocating the forecast to parcels, it's aggregated up to what are MAZs, which are micro analysis zones, which can nest within the larger TAZ, traffic analysis zones. So this gives us a little better resolution as far as where things are getting allocated to. So in this case, this is housing units growth per acre. And you see the legend here, different colors signify different levels of intensity as far as the growth per acre. And then like the known projects, you can click on any particular MAZ and it will give you all the attributes for that. So is what would be the base year housing unit 63 and households, 53 households. What would be the household population in 2023 for a base year? And then what would be in 2055? What would be the growth? What would be, let's see. So 81 units added, and total employment growth in this particular MAZ is 42. We see most of that is service, 27 jobs in service, 4 in retail, 4 in fire insurance, 3 in fire insurance, real estate, and so on. So you can, if you'd like, you can dig down into each of the MAZs and see precisely what employment and what housing unit growth there is. Then we also have household population growth per acre. Again, that's somewhat based on the persons per household that we have from Census 2020. So our best guess as far as where would be the household population growth. And then finally, the employment growth per acre. Again, any MAZ will have all the attributes of both employment, housing, and household population. But these are just different maps that are symbolizing that information differently. And so for the city of Tucson, we've discussed the redevelopment model, and these are the different colors are the parcels that have the model had redevelopment in during the period of 2024 to 2055. The different colors, you have employment only, you have housing only, and you have mixed red, which would be mixed employment and housing. So this is based on a selection of parcels using land use that was flagged for redevelopment, as well as the IID infill incentive district. And we also have a filtering based on the year of the building stock, as well as the FAR floor area ratio. So we want to choose sort of underutilized parcels in terms of the floor area ratio, and also older parcels as far as the building stock. And also we have the equations that also select and provide a ranking by probability of development using our street network and proximity to various measures of what would be suitability or preferences as far as different types of employment and as well as housing. So this is basically what we have for reviewing the information, and everyone should have a link to this where you can sign up to use the viewer. And if you have any questions, feel free to send an email, and we can certainly help you.
Just in case, this is actually just in the interim version. So we'll hope to just share and when this is the final version and approved. And so you can just wait. And this is mainly for and the next and like just the approval and including our just the travel demand model results and stay tuned and while we hope to just share this and the information and as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is based on our what we discussed with the jurisdictions, and then we had some feedback and we incorporated that into the next what we're doing, the results that we're going to post as soon as we can here. But this represents what the original set of developed parcels and outputs from them all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you,
All right,
Eric.
so I'll stop sharing.
Oh no, please go ahead again and maybe just James and Shao will just discuss with the map.
Oh, okay. You want me to
share? Yeah, please.
So I can zoom to various areas or?
Okay, and James, would you go ahead?
Okay. So as Eric mentioned, this is the overall map that we had previously discussed, or sorry, of our interim results that we had then discussed with the jurisdictions. We haven't heard anything back that drew any of the overall patterns into question. And so, sorry, Eric, can you zoom in? Maybe let's start with the northwest side, Marana. So these, and again, these are housing units per acre. So, you know, even those lower brown and yellow categories over the entire acreage of the MAZ do total up to you know, decent numbers of actual units. So you know, we have a couple little hot spots here off of Sanders Road and Twin Peaks, but overall growth is fairly low density distributed across the region. I guess we can stick with this one by one. So if you can switch from housing units over to employment. Give that a second to load in. There we go. And again, employment growth, you can see as well. We do have a few hotter spots off of Sandario Road. And again, off of Twin Peaks, I think that's the outlet mall area, with a smattering here and there across the wider region. We can now hop off to the east over towards Oro Valley. You can see, well, keeping that on employment since we're here already. You can see that there's a fairly large number of known projects within Oro Valley. So you can see that the employment growth is largely clustered along the areas and locations that were flagged as having known projects. If you can now flip back over to housing units. Sorry to have you keep jumping between those two, Eric.
It's all right.
I think employment growth is still ticked on.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
There we
It's
go.
zero transparency, so shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. All right. And so for housing units, you can see that it is a little more distributed than the employments were, basically across the whole region. Although we do still have some known projects flagged there. Moving down into Tucson, and you can stay on housing units since again that's where we are. You can see that it's large. The highest housing unit growth per acre is basically following the major arterials, north-south, you can see the big clusters on Oracle and Stone. East-west, you have some on Prince, Grant, Speedway, Broadway. Then as well as some further down as we get down 6th Ave and along 22nd. Flipping over now to the employment growth. And zooming, can you push in just a little bit more?
Sure.
All right, thank you. You can see that's following more or less the same pattern. We've got growth on Oracle and Stone. There were some substantial known projects, most notably at the Banner Medical Center, which is why that one there is popping out as much as it is, as well as a collection of employments in the downtown region and a few couple others out sort of in that midtown area. Otherwise, it's again mostly following the arterials and largely clustered around coming out of downtown. We can, Pima County is much larger geographically, so I think we can just pull out. Maybe not quite that far. Pima County employment, you can see a bit on the coming out on the west side, south side, east side. Basically, the Pima County's growths are starting at the more internal boundaries and then spreading out from there. Housing unit. For the county basically follow that same pattern. Let's see. Actually, I did overlook South Tucson, so if you can push back in. South Tucson, unfortunately, based on the projections that we were working with, didn't have any housing unit growth allocated. Their population was projected to be flat over our planning horizon, which is why you don't see any housing units allocated there. You can pop over to the employment growth. The global allocation of employments, however, did put some additional employment growth within South Tucson. Let's see, I think the only one left now is Sahuarita. We can push down to the south. All right. And I think there were a couple known projects in here. If you can turn that on. Yeah, there we go. So Sahuarita's growth, you can see, which one are we on? This is employments. So it's pretty well spread over their region, but also driven by a few of the employment known projects that are coming in the area. And for the, let's see, we're on employment. So on the housing units, as well, you can see that the hottest area there is again driven by those known projects. Other known projects again did contribute to growth in their own area, and the residual was spread across the jurisdictional region. then and then that's sort of it for this. To what Hyun-Soo was speaking of earlier, we went over all of these, got feedback from the jurisdictions on whether or not these sort of met their overall expectations of growth. We received some feedback to these interim numbers, which we are currently working on updating. The overall patterns are not going to change. The biggest changes came from certain parcels or MAZs that were flagged for one, either growth coming in somewhere where it didn't seem likely that the underlying land use would be changing to that degree, or um, something was being developed that realistically wouldn't be. And so there are a handful of locations across the region that we then removed, pushed back into the more the SAM allocation process, and we are close to done on that. Unfortunately, we underestimated the time it would take to rerun and recheck everything, and so we're just a little behind schedule on that. And that is it from me on this component.
Okay, yeah, thank you, James. And then just the Shao, would you go ahead?
I think James has introduced the housing units and employment. Maybe I just introduce the household population. Uh, uh, so the household population was calculated from the housing units based on the occupation rate of the base year since ACS data, and then we use the ACS data also generate the household population based on their ACS household size. And then it was controlled by the jurisdiction level population for projections. And we can see the patterns generally follows the housing units growth. We see the high growth along the I-10 and the State Road 77 along the Oracle Road and the State Road 86 to the Ajo area and other major arterials. And we also see area growth around the regional centers like downtown Sahuarita, Rincon Valley premium outlets of Mariana and downtown of Mariana, and the Pima County Fairgrounds. So for the city of Tucson area, we see the population growth around major corridors like Benson Highway, State Oracle Road, Prince Road, Stone Avenue, Campbell Avenue, Sixth Avenue, Grand Road Speedway, Broadway, 22nd Street. And we also see very high residential development downtown along the Sunlink corridor. If we go to Marana, we see the high growth near the premium outlets and the apartments growth there, and we see medium growth around the Marana downtown and the Twin Peaks, and the low growth near the Dove Mountain. And if we go to Oro Valley, we see the high growth at the Oro Valley Marketplace and medium growth around the Casas Church, and low growth for other low density communities. And we go to Sahuarita. You see the high growth near I-19 freeway exit of Sahuarita, and the medium growth north to the Quail Creek community, and the low growth for some other farmlands. I think that's the introduction for the household population. Should I introduce employment again? Or it's okay.
Rochelle, please go ahead for the employment.
Oh, for employment, we see the high growth along the I-10 corridor and the State Route 210 and the Sunlink corridor. We see very high employment growth. And we see some medium growth along Oracle Road. And the La Chola Boulevard. And we also see some sparse growth along South Sahuarita, Airport, Valencia Road, and other major arterials like State Road 86, River Road, Broadway, Speedway, and Grant Road.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you so much, Xiao. And I just wonder if you have any questions regarding this in the RMAP dashboard and the land use model output update. We don't have. Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you. Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I have a question. So you have household population in here. Will this be used for the input for the next population, for the next update of population projections? This year we're doing state and county, and then after that we'll be working on sub-county population projections. Just wondering if this is the input into PAG's modeling of population, and also compared to the last round of population estimate or projections in this model, are there any noticeable or significant changes for any jurisdictions?
For this one and for the projection, and we officially used in the version in the 2023 and the sub-county population projection, and all the like a sub-county population in projections are used for our just the control. Then because of the previous one was and earlier back in 2019 sub-county population projection compared to those, and we don't see much just a difference in the regional level, but there are some differences in that we see in the 2023 model and the projection. And we haven't just reviewed in the new one, like just a 2020 just the latest version and discussed, and so we don't think we can update it. And but I think maybe in the next round, just the next RMAP, we can just incorporate the latest in the population projections.
Okay, so sounds to me like you have all these at all these smaller level, but you have not really analyzed the impact at the jurisdiction level or the regional level for population.
In terms of jurisdiction, so we use that as in the like just jurisdiction total and the developed back in 2023 as our just the control total, meaning that and every just the years and the jurisdiction numbers, population, there's no change.
Oh,
So
okay.
we take that as just the development, our just the control total.
Okay.
So 2055, and you see those in the 2023 Suffolk County population projection. The numbers actually exactly the same numbers used for this development. And but in detail, and you can see this through, you can see those and the MAG level and the differences. But as aggregating all together and the jurisdictional level, and that's the exact the same number and developed back in 2023.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Any other questions? Okay, and then let's just get back to the presentation. Okay, now I see. Thank you again. And this was actually just the developed and right before, and but we still want to just have the February 26th meeting for our just the interim and the PopTech meeting next. And but and regarding this just approval, I'd like to just ask you and if especially for the jurisdictional and including the state and members of PopTech. And I'd like to just ask if you are available next week and Wednesday, which is at 29 in the morning and 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or and January 30, and we prefer the 29 and January 30 and 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So maybe if you could check and shortly and you just schedule, and then if you could let me know and this time not available and the specific date and either 29:30 and I will just grab and all of the information and just will and try to just have and actually just the PopTech meeting, another PopTech meeting, and for this in the model output approval. And regarding that, if you have any question, feel free to just let me know anytime. I will try to just incorporate as much as I can. Do you have any question about that? Would you go back into the, yeah, sorry. Do you have any question about that meeting, the schedule?
And that was January 29 or 30.
Yes.
Pima County is going to be largely unavailable on the 29th, just so you know. We have a lot of staff going up to Phoenix for a meeting.
Okay, then just a 30 is available.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay, then just more likely just the 30. And if there is anyone and not available in the morning and the 30, January 30. Okay, then if you cannot make any, just a specific time, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So if not, and I will try to just have the meeting around the 10 a.m. if that works for you on 30th. Okay, or just email me and then I will just incorporate, but hoping to just have either 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. If there is no and any other email, and then hoping to just have a meeting at 10. Jim, do you have anything?
No, I accidentally.
Yeah. Okay.
That time works for me, 30th.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Then just hoping to just have a short meeting and because we went through and overall and our just the outputs, but the in detail, like there are a little bit of kind of just the differences, and but more likely just the MAG, the parents, no changes. And but we'd like to just have a QA/QC and the final output, and so hoping to just get the and the approval and from PopTech. So and interim and another meeting just the will and the schedule, January 30 and 10 a.m. if you don't have any issue, or just feel free to let me know. I will just reach out to you and all our jurisdictional and the state partners. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. After then, we'd like to just complete all the modeling and the portion as well as just our performance measures. And we'd like to just share the results and not only through just PopTech but also through the TPC. And also hoping to just start in the air quality conformity modeling right after just the completion of our land use model, travel demand model. So that's the timeline. And so hoping to just discuss further and details, and because of we haven't shared and a lot of our just the travel demand model outputs, and but would like to just give you some kind of just the idea and the overall like performance measures, and including like I said later in the air quality conformity modeling, and if that's actually doable. Okay, I think that's all I have. And today, do you have any questions and anything you want to discuss? Okay, and thank you so much again. And again, I'm sorry about this kind of a delay. There was a kind of a realized that yesterday, and it was no time to kind of just correct these things, and also just really appreciate and your and the flexibility and in terms of having this and the outputs moving forward. Thank you. And 11:50, and we adjourn the meeting. Yeah, thank you so much, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Sensu.